One more cool thing about Peter Garrett too. He actually is on the government council of Australia. Not the only singer that's done it. Wycliffe has done it too. Not in Australia, but in his in another area where I think he's. We'll talk about Wycliffe way later, but Peter Garrett's actually on government council in Australia. He was the Prime Minister of children education, as well as a few other things. If I can recall, there was something else that he was Prime Minister of. Labor. I think he was a Prime Minister of Labor for a while. And this went on in Australia. I think he resigned in the summer, about 6 months before I got married in 2013, June 2013. He resigned, and now he helps the environment, and he does other things as an activist, as a political activist in Australia. So he's not the only singer-songwriter that has become a government official. I didn't get to talk about Lightscape. Check it out. It's Lightscape is about $18 if you're a member, $30 if you're not a member. It's at Botanical Gardens back there. But anyway, I just was doing more research on Peter Garrett. And Seussical, the musical, is playing in February, which looks really cool. And then also, the best Christmas pageant ever is playing right now at Casa Mañana, which means the House of Tomorrow. Right there. There's their advertisement. Really busy the other day, and they sold out of Christmas trees at the Farrington Field. First delivery, 5:39 p.m., 2 minutes, 0.5 miles. Don't serve your country, don't serve your king. Know your customs, don't speak your tongue. Kitty man, come take everyone. I'm changing the lyrics to Kitty man. I hope he's understandable about that. Kitty man, come take everyone. Because I feel more comfortable saying that. Still political though, Kitty man. This version of a cat man. I had a new sequence in Grace. So Lewis, the landscaper, finds the secret cave on Grace Lipton's ranch, and when he goes down there, he drops his phone down there. It's right before the werewolf gets him. There is a area inside the cave, kind of like a room almost, that has these cat drawings on the wall, like these cavemen cat drawings, and that's enough to tell you the connection with the cat. Other than that, it's never spoke of again in the entire movie. Then shortly after he sees those drawings on the wall, that's whenever the wolf gets him. He has to see the cat drawings are like done with like almost like a charcoal stained on the wall. And as someone went down there and drew this cat, and he sees it, and then he hears the howling, and then he's gone. He's taken very quickly. Oh yeah, that's Velvet Taco. They're open very late, right there. We don't serve your country, don't serve your king. Know your customs, don't speak your tongue. Kitty man, come take everyone. Meow meow. Sorry, I can't help myself. I do that with songs, I'm sorry to tell you. Kitty man, come take everyone. Meow meow. Meow. There's an Irish pub right there, Poag Mahoney's. But we're not going there, we're going to the Abbey. The Abbey pub. Looks like you got some food for the Abbey pub. I don't know where you're at though, but I'm trying to find you, Abbey. Maybe there. Maybe not. I don't know what that is. I don't think it's next to... It's just saying that I'm already arrived, so I'm gonna have to put it into another app and see if we can find it. I finally found it. It's right next to Velvet Taco, Abbey Pub, so you can just park at Velvet Taco. It's right there, right under my nose. There's Velvet Taco. I'm gonna do a full circle. All right, Abbey Pub parking is right beside Velvet Taco. And there it is. That's where this food order is going. Looks like an Irish pub. Shoes. Look at the Irish. Yeah, maybe a leprechaun in there. All right, second delivery's in 4 parts. The first one is 6:59 p.m. 5 minutes, 1.5 mile. We don't serve your country, don't serve your king. Know your custom, don't speak your tongue. Kitty man, call me, take everyone. La la. Do 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 do. We don't serve your country, don't serve your king. Kitty man, listen to the songs we sing. Kitty man, come me, take everything. Yeah. We carry in our heart the true country, and that cannot be stolen. We follow in the steps of our ancestry, and that cannot be broken. Meow. All right, they're gonna want this one on the front steps, so we gotta make sure it's the right steps, probably with the lights. All right, next delivery is 7:17 p.m., 13 minutes, 4.6 miles. That's the Dickies Arena right there. We carry in our heart the true country, and that cannot be broken. We follow in the steps of our ancestry, and that cannot... messed it up. We carry in our heart the true country, and that cannot be stolen. We follow in the steps of our ancestry, and that cannot be broken. We don't serve your country, don't serve your king. Kitty man, come take everything. Whoops, messed that up too. We don't serve your country, don't serve your king. Kitty man, listen to the songs we sing. Kitty man, come take everything. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, it's like one of those songs you got to get the words right, you know. We carry in our heart the true country, and that cannot be stolen. We follow in the steps of our ancestry, and that cannot be broken. Do 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 do. Breathe. We don't serve your country, don't serve your king. Listen, kitty man, listen to the songs we sing. Kitty man, come me take everything. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. We carry in our heart the true country, and that cannot be stolen. We follow in the steps of our ancestry, and that cannot be broken. Broken. We follow in the steps of our ancestry, and that cannot be broken. This is the Rockwood go-karts right here. And putt-putt golf. Well, miniature golf. It's not actually putt-putt, but it's similar. Miniature golf is what they call it. All right. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. We carry in the heart the true country, and that cannot be stolen. We follow in the steps of our ancestry, and that cannot be broken. Do 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 do. Yeah 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 yeah. Do 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 do. Yeah. Do 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 do. We don't serve your country, don't serve your king. Kitty man, listen to the songs we sing. Kitty man, come he take everything. Yeah, 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 yeah. Campaniza. So right past this tattoo shop is Artist de la Rosa. Performed at that theater. I did A View from a Bridge. I played Tony right there in that theater. My friends' theaters. They're Latino arts theater group, I guess you could say. They're Artist de la Rosa. They do theater, live theater. It started originally right here at Teatro a long time ago, one of these buildings. Right here on North Side. Right on this block where it says immigration. Right over that way. Did pretty good. I think it was probably off-Broadway style production. Maybe some might say maybe Broadway. I don't think a lot of it was overdone. They had a big challenging script, A View from a Bridge, which is Arthur Miller. They constructed his original idea by having a rake stage, and it was done by Adolfo, who's one of their directors there. He's also was involved in the opera, and it was done on a rake stage with a he used cable cords that you would see on a suspension bridge to go up and down on the bridge. I mean, on the rake stage to represent a bridge where the house was. So it was a little bit abstract, but I think that is what Arthur Miller called for originally. Not in the movie, though. The movie is very different than the play. But it's to be done realistically in an environment that's almost like on a bridge, I think. At least that's how we interpreted it for that production. I think some was done in maybe Spanish. Some of it was done in Spanish. And so they put the Spanish heritage in it, or I could say... Maybe in this case you could even say Mexican-American heritage in it, using that language, and then of course mostly sticking to Arthur Miller's idea of using English too, and it was mixed in. And I guess they used me as Tony, so I was fine with that. In college I did a scene with a woman named Kim Bowers, who's a dean. She's a dean of a university, I think in California. Kim and I did it for... almost like a little festival piece, just a scene from it, where I believe the young immigrant character that says, I come to America because I want to work. That one. We did that scene. And I tried to do an Italian accent the best I could at the time. I had to use a dialect tape. And it was very challenging. I didn't have a lot of time to work on it. But we did it for just a piece, like a scene in front of an audience a few times. And it brings the emotion out in you because it's about immigration. It's an important play to do today too. There's the new ISIS theater right there. But it would be a very important play to do nowadays. I'm sure it's done quite often. Addressing the immigration issue. a lot of other stuff that went on in Red Hook, New York, that was brought. You can always change the setting a little bit. All right, next delivery is it's going to be at 7:29, 7 minutes, 2.8 miles. So Adolfo was a great director to work with at, of course, Artist della Rosa, which is at the Rose Marine Theater. I learned a lot from him. He's a very creative director and very passionate about what he does. Rob is too, and Rob and him work in different ways. Rob gets a different style out of me, and Rob usually used me for bigger stuff. But Adolfo used me for a small little role, Tony. If you've seen it, it's the role where he says, ground level starts here, and he drops the immigrants off at it's basically like almost kind of like an apartment complex in New York City, where the ground level, it was kind of a thing I had to interpret what Tony was trying to talk about, and I never completely understood it, and I still don't today, because I don't understand the architecture of what he's talking about. But I made it my own, and what I was talking about in it was that your life starts here. And Arthur Miller might have been talking about that with Tony, but Tony's not a big role. He's the mafioso character that introduces kind of the play in a way, but he doesn't say anything. He doesn't have like a monologue. He just comes in. He's kind of a character, over the shoulder character, and he just kind of leads the two to the front door and says, ground level starts here, or something of that nature. I have to go back and look at the script, but I just made the language my own. I think in my own words, I was saying, your life starts here in my head, because that's what he was kind of telling him. They just drop these guys off and they come to America, and they're at Red Hook supposedly. Now we did it as if they were, I believe, here in Fort Worth kind of thing, and they were Mexican immigrants kind of thing. It's kind of how we treated the play. We had matinee productions and everything like that. The only thing I think about it that I was kind of excited about is, I, as a director, always take notes from my actors. I ask my actors a lot of things. Adolfo does a little bit of that, but I gave a note to Adolfo, and it kind of made him, he kind of said, no, don't do that to the director, so I didn't do it anymore. But I was passionate about the fight choreography. I wanted to help with that a little bit, to see if I could help with it, and he basically wanted it a certain way, and I said okay, and I stepped away after that. I just gave like my 2 cents about it, and then he was a director, and I let him have that, and it was very quiet after that, But he will take a stand, and he'll do it his way. But Rob would listen. Rob Vasquez, as a director, he would listen. Rob would sit there and listen to you and take the notes and go, let's try that. He's just that way. I worked with Rob at Sage and Silo on a production, what we called, it was called Lone Star. James McClure, Oklahoma writer, writing about Texas, about 2 brothers dealing with maybe alcoholism and hanging out at a bar too much, and wives and things like that. Laundry and Bourbon is the other play. We did them back to back, and Rob used a lot of Neil Young songs and stuff, and brought in a mood, which Rob does very well in directing. He brings in mood. But Rob is the type of director where you go up to him and you have all these ideas, and he starts jotting them down, starts writing them down, and takes ideas with a big smile on his face and likes that idea. Both of us like that as directors. I worked with Rob. I directed Rob in a few things. I did a Farmyard, which was Franz Kreutz, a German playwright, and I was trying to think what else I've directed. I directed Rob in 3 little short films we did on YouTube, From Now Until Morning, The Way of Man, and That Side, and all from Once in a Lifetime series. And I don't even really, I know Rob loosely stayed on the script, but we can just go right into improv, and get out of the script and then go back into the script, and we're not going to make any major ordeal about it, We know we kind of behave like actors would talk to one another, kind of like we always called it jamming, as in playing music. You know, that's what he would always use that terminology. Let's jam. You know, let's play the music of it all. You know, and it can't all be perfect, but we can all work. You know, together, that kind of thing. And that's working in almost like an improv way, but then also, you know, trying to stick to the script and stuff like that. Well, if we can, you know, especially if it's a play. It's a play, you usually stick to the script. I just want to say that. All right, the fourth one in this series, fourth little delivery in this series, 7:45 p.m., 7 minutes, 3.2 miles. There's Salsa. That's the best tacos in town for a couple of years. They're right off of White Settlement Road, past the base. That's what they won. They won several awards for their tacos. I went in there. It does look like a good taco. It's like a street taco. And there's several reviews on the wall. Like, these are gourmet magazines and stuff. So I highly recommend some tacos there, even though I haven't tried them. But they do have all the salsas and stuff like that. You know, it's like gourmet salsas and stuff. I know their tacos are good. You know, you walk into a place, you can tell. That place is definitely, it's a cool little environmental setup too. They've got like park benches on the side, and they've got, you know, a little area, gravel area you can sit and, you know, get a taco. I don't know if you bring your own or whatever, bring BYOB. I don't know if they probably do that. I don't know. But they have an article from, I want to say D magazine maybe, that's in there. A few gourmet magazine stuff with their, you know, the review is best taco for a few years. Fort Worth Weekly's recommended them. So as soon as I can afford one of their tacos, I'll probably go in there and try it out and do a review. Maybe Linda and I can go into there and do you know, a taco review. It'd be nice. It's not too expensive either, I don't think. I think they have some deals. We might could. Not anytime soon, but we might can do a few taco reviews and a few restaurant review things. You know, we do that. We try to do that every once in a while. It's been a while, I know. Budgeting does that.